My life is a slideshow, single frame indigo. Put the music up to 10, they be asking where I've been. I'll show you the world, frame of in transitioning. Yeah, my life is a slideshow, press play. Let me show you all the things that fill up my day. Wake up in the morning, heavy-headed me. Reaction time slow, still in disarray. Can't even remember last night. Memories flashing in my brain, something ain't right.
Oke, selamat netizen. Selamat malam netizen. Kita jumpa lagi di
Audina.
Setelah 2 minggu bolos ya? Seminggu ya? Seminggu bolos. So, terakhir kita 2 minggu kan ke Jogja, terus pulang ke Jogja juga.
Kan sebelumnya kita kan aku berangkatnya Jumat.
Iya. Oh ya, oke.
Seminggu.
Kurang satu yang boleh 2 kali. Enggak juga ya?
Kan,
oh iya.
Kan waktu itu kan itu live dari Jogja.
Oke. Jadi terakhir waktu itu kita bahas
lagu Girl I
Need, the process, the journey ya.
Liriknya enggak sih?
Liriknya enggak, karena kita lebih ke proses.
Ya, proses
kebetulan waktu itu
story-nya.
Kita banyak dokumentasinya ya.
Karena
jadi
the first time rekaman.
Gitu.
Jadi hari ini kami akan bahaskan sequelnya.
So,
tadinya Girl I Need tentang mantan pas SMA. Sekarang ini lagu putusnya.
But at least sempat jadian ya.
Jadi ada Girl I Need-nya.
Agak ini gitu. Ini mah jadi mantan, gak cuma cita-cita ya.
Yeah.
Oke, jadi yang dulu it was your first single ya, gue ya.
First single.
First proper single. Terus sequel ini ada di album
I Thought. Gak jadi single sih. Tapi album. Lagu kelima.
Singernya yang single. Right? Yeah. Okay. So we are single. We are single. But we're still happy. Okay, so tell netizen about the song.
Okay. Jadi ini the title of the song is Lost the Game. Because at that point, and it's a breakup song, and then I felt like I lost the game, the game of love. But actually, I wrote the song way after the breakup, maybe like a few months after. Okay, I should write a galau song. Kan nggak pernah. Yaudah, I'll use this as inspiration. Terus dapat lagu ini.
Terus ini memang masuk di
album
Saat. Itu lagu kelima ya?
I think so. Let me check. Kelima, and I think like ini it's one of my favorite songs from the album. The vibe is very like Usher early 2000s gitu. Which is funny because I have another song yang inspirationnya Usher tapi based on the lyrics. Tapi it doesn't sound like an Usher song. Ini kayak lagu Usher tapi liriknya not.
So let's start from the lyrics.
Yeah, sure. So this is the title, Lost the Game by Audino.
By Ondet. Okay. Anaknya Ondet.
Okay, sure. We'll go with that. Let's start with the verse. So the song starts with guitar. You're gonna hear that later. So that's with the guitar intro and then bam, first verse. See, the first line goes like.
Mana nih? Kok belum nyampe sini? Wait. What happened? Wait. Lepas itu. Wait. What happened to the lyrics?
Okay, so I'll just talk a bit first. So I also recorded the song with my boy Aldi. He goes by Farah. That's his stage name. And like, he just one of the songs, and it didn't really change that much. Yeah, the vibes wise. Yeah, we kept the strumming, like the plucking pattern that I made, which is like the. Oh, you'll hear it later. Yeah, this one of the songs, and it's like stayed with my original vibe for it, and he just added in some of his flair, you know. Okay. And it seems like we have the lyrics already, so let's just start.
Yeah.
So start verse 1. So in this verse, you can already see how broken-hearted I am. Actually, at that point, I wasn't broken-hearted. But yeah, as we said in previous episode, take some truth, just dilebayin aja gitu.
Yeah.
So the first line is, "Girl, you left me broken-hearted now, because I was."
I know.
Line 2,
and I know it feels.
Yeah. Hidup memang susah. Second
Makanya kopinya harus manis.
Betul.
Let's drink coffee first.
Second line is, "Girl, you forced me to be guarded." Because at this point, like, it's like, yeah, you lose trust in like relationships and stuff. So like, at this point, I felt like, let's just say this character, he felt like he had to guard himself from the world or from relationships. And that carries on to the next line, which is, "Now I can't trust nobody with my love." Again, can't trust nobody with my love. Yeah, so that's
supposed to be a sad song. You playing with the love.
Yeah, so that basically further makes it clear that like, yeah, this person lost his trust in love, and he can't trust anyone else because of what happened with the last girl. I'm okay now, by the way.
You're okay now.
This was 3 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Then, "Girl, we were cool until you crossed that line." So this shows like, okay, at first in the first break, when they first broke up, it was okay, but then he found out some stuff that the girl did, and he was like, "Whoa, that's too much." Because we were cool until you crossed that line. Then didn't think that you would leave it all behind. It's like basically like he didn't think that she would do something like that.
He or you?
Huh?
He or you?
He.
Huh? So it's him.
It's a character.
Yeah, okay, it's character.
It's roughly based on me.
Yeah.
You leave that behind, and then the next line of the verse, or the last line of the verse is, "I don't know why you did what you did. All I know is that." So he's so confused, you know? But in the chorus, he says what he knows about the situation. In this is the first chorus. It's in the first chorus. It's basically this is what he gathered from what happened with the girl, with the betrayal and everything. He was like, first line is, "Should have known that it was too good to be true." The relationship and the love. Line 2, "Should have known you love me less than I love you."
So it's not equal, yeah?
Yeah, it's not equal. So
It's
like,
life.
Yeah, exactly. It's life.
Yeah.
Sometimes it happens, you know. So like, basically like, he invested too much of himself into the relationship.
So I should point him. He.
I don't know who he's pointing at.
Yeah.
He
We
invested too much in the relationship without and maybe like in this case, this person, not me, uh, gave more to try to get them to love back, but that's not how it works, man. And the last line is it links to the title is, but instead I got caught in your games.
Not
See, like this game is like the mind games that the girl is playing, like with the feelings and everything. So like, yeah, he basically this chorus is basically saying like I should have been more careful with everything, or I should have trusted my gut, but instead the girl played him. Yeah. And is just It sounds better in the actual song. You can't read it.
Yeah.
Okay, now verse 2. So he's saying he's a fool. The first line is, he was a fool at the end of the day. And then why is because of the next line. Because he should have seen some signs along the way. Like some signs that the girl was maybe not as interested, or like wasn't as committed. And then the third line is, then maybe I could have convinced you to stay. Yeah, so basically like this guy is saying like, oh, maybe if I saw all those signs, I could have convinced her to stay somehow. Like maybe like do better in something or some other thing. But like, this is what you should not do when you're in a breakup. You shouldn't like go back to the past and go like, oh my gosh, I messed up here. You should just, you should do that, but not get super focused on it.
If there's still a chance,
If there's still a chance, yes.
Yeah.
But if no chance, move on.
But we never know.
Yeah, we never know. So just better yourself, but don't get obsessed with it.
But don't keep the door shut.
Yeah, exactly. And the next line is exactly what he just said. Or I said. Oh, well, no point in living in the past. Because you have to move on. You can't just keep dwelling in your sadness. And then you can't let this awful feeling last. And then after that it's just repeating the same last lines of the first verse, which is, still don't know why you did what you did. All I know is that.
What?
It's in the chorus.
What's the chorus?
So I already explained the first part of the chorus. I think the first Now the second part is basically more of the same thing, different words. Yeah. Should have felt that there was something going wrong. See, again, he's looking back. Should have felt that there was something going on.
But sometimes we're not aware. Right?
Yeah. You're not aware of what happens until it actually happens, and you have to like, oh man, there were so many signs, but I didn't see them, or you ignored them, or something. And it's normal. If you feel that way, it's normal. That's just life. You can't be aware of everything all the time. You're not God.
You're not a radar.
Yeah, you're not a radar. You can't. Beep, boop. You don't have all the knowledge, so sometimes shit like this happens. And the next is, when instead I played and lost the game, now my life will never be the same. I'm not gonna repeat that. Yeah, so basically he's saying like, oh, but he should have felt all those signs, but instead he just let himself get played. Like when if you're playing poker or something and you're bluffing, but you don't see it.
Poker face.
Yeah. No, I got played. It's like that. And the last line, now my life will never be the same. It's just like.
You can consider it positive or negative.
Yeah, exactly.
It depends on you.
It's just dramatic. And that's the second chorus. And this next part is, I think it's like one of the first raps I wrote. Like after Beautiful. And Beautiful, there's a rap verse. Wait, no, they don't know about Beautiful. we haven't done Beautiful. Yeah, basically in my first song I ever wrote, there was a rap verse, and this is like the second rap verse that I ever wrote.
Ada bintang tamu yang beautiful.
But the one that the song's about? Yo, you
yeah.
cover. Yo, that'd be crazy. Okay, so this is the bridge, which is a rap. It's like, first line, yeah, which means yeah. You were my first love, I'll never forget that. Excuse me. If I could do anything, I would get you back. That rhymes.
If.
Yeah, if. That's what it's like. If. Yeah. Sometimes there's no way. But if, back then. Yeah, and of course, like, probably like, especially when someone of my age, you probably haven't forgot your first love, whatever love is.
Even my age.
Yeah. See? How old are you?
Yeah? Yeah. A little bit older than you.
Oh, okay.
And I'm keeping that.
Maybe when I get old, like 25 or something, you'll be younger than me. Okay, I see that. That's how it works.
Remember that you always say happy 24th birthday.
I should remember that this year, so I don't mess up online. Happy birthday, Bob. You're like, no, don't expose me.
Okay.
Okay, then. Yeah, again, as he said, if I could do anything, I would get you back, and that's a big if. And sometimes that's not how it works, and that's what I said in the next line. But that's not
what you.
the third line is, but that's not how life works at all. At some point in life, you gotta stumble and fall. See, that's important, because if you never stumble and fall, or you never experience failure,
You'll never know how to get up.
Yeah, you'll never know how to get up, and you'll never improve and learn from your mistakes. If you never make mistakes, then you're not human. Because all humans make mistakes. That's a fact. Okay, after that is, I remember when we first got together, it was pure bliss, no sorrow in my life, all happiness. It's usually when you first get together with someone, like everything's all happy, everything's smile. I think, what's it called, like the honeymoon phase? Yeah, I think that's what people call it. And when like nothing's wrong, you're just having the time of your life in a new relationship, but none of the real stuff has happened yet.
You don't look around.
Yeah, you're just like, and even if there's something looking at you, you're like, go away. Like, okay, that's part one of the bridge, because it's too long to put in one slide. Here's part two. And this is a sudden realization.
Make me moving.
Last time it was green screen. Okay.
Yeah. But we don't have that green screen now.
Yeah, so this is part two. It's really like a sudden realization. And the first line is, but now that you're out of my life, I feel the pain and sorrow in the form of a knife. See, that's not personification, I just realized. That's poetic devices. I forgot the name. So basically he's saying like all this pain and sorrow, it's like it hurts him in the, like, it's like a sharp knife. Which links to the next line is, that stabbed through my beating heart. See, it's hard. It's like life ending. So this is an example of me taking a small truth and making it one by while making an interesting lyric. Comparing one situation to another one. That's important in songwriting. So the next line is, you were my whole world, but you tore it all apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that. So it's basically like, to this guy, we don't know who he is.
Yeah.
This girl that left him was like his whole world, but that same person was the one who tore his whole world apart by her leaving. So like it's pretty, it's like the world ending, even though it's just one person, and that's how much love can mess with your brain. Sometimes there's the beauty and there's the what's it called? Like the stuff you have to be careful of too, the danger. Now the last two lines is, now with tears streaming down my face.
No, but we're not streaming with tears now.
Yeah, not right now. This is 3 years ago. 3 years ago, if we did this, there's tears streaming down my face.
Yeah. Streaming to YouTube,
So now,
Twitter, to Facebook.
so now with tech streaming on YouTube, I felt like a winner, but now I'm in last place. That's just some clever wordplay. Just like, you know, this guy,
This guy.
not me. When he was in a
This guy?
relationship, yeah,
And that guy.
so in a relationship, he felt like he was on top of the world. He was number one, the winner. But after,
Like Arsenal, yeah.
yeah, but after they left, after the girl left, or in Arsenal's case, like Thierry Henry or something, man,
Yeah. But we still
Last
winner
place.
in our heart.
yeah, Arsenal got last place. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
we still won a trophy.
Yeah. Unlike other big clubs.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I felt like a winner, but now I'm in last place. That's more like
Like the contradiction. Yeah.
like the contradictions. You have to play with that, you know, in songwriting. It's interesting. And then I think that's the end of the actual new lyrics, because the last verse is the chorus again, but with extra stuff. And I already said this for the second chorus. So damn, that's it. So we should just, so these guys aren't confused. Let's play this song.
Oh.
Let's go, guys. Let's play.
Sometimes, no matter how much you love someone or how much you care, things just aren't meant to be. Girl, you left me broken-hearted now, girl. You forced me to be guarded. Now I can't trust nobody with my love. Can't trust nobody with my love. And girl, we were cool until you crossed that line. So quick of you to leave it all behind. I don't know why you did what you did. All I know is that should've known that it was too good to be true. Should've known you love me less than I love you. But instead I got caught in your gaze. Yeah. And I was a fool at the end of the day. Should've seen some signs along the way. Then maybe I could've convinced you to stay. But oh well, no point in living in the past. Can't let this awful feeling last. Hey, still don't know why you did what you did. All I know is that should've known that it was too good to be true. Should've known you love me less than I love you. But instead I got caught in your gaze. Oh, should've felt that there was something going on. Should've felt that there was something going wrong. But instead I played and lost the game. Now my life will never be the same. Hey. Now my life will never be the same. Whoa. Yeah. Hey. You were my first love, I'll never forget that. If I could do anything, I would get you back. But that's not how life works at all. At some point in life, you gotta stumble and fall. I remember when we first got together, it was pure bliss, no sorrow in my life. Oh, happiness, yeah. But now that you're out of my life, I feel the pain and sorrow in the form of a knife that's stabbed through my beating heart. Hey, you were my whole world, but you tore it all apart. Now with tears streaming down my face, I felt like a winner, but now I'm in last place. Yeah. Should've known that it was too good to be true.
So that was Lost the Game by me. And I'm sure you hear the early 2000s Usher vibes. Because that's the, whenever I make a song here, I find like me and Aldi, we find like a reference song to base it on. Excuse me. And for this song, it was Burn by Usher. It was one of his older songs. So like basically, what we do is like first we establish like the chords and stuff we want for the song.
Mm-hmm.
First the vibe. So when we to make the song sound more complete or sound more, not complete but like more, so it hits the vibe more.
Mm-hmm.
We always try to find references online, like on YouTube or something, of other songs that have similar vibes, so that we can not copy, so that we take inspiration from it. So like the song can be more, like it can be better than what we can imagine. Because getting inspiration and stuff is very important. Because I'm sure like these days, I know like everyone, like I think all artists, like they want to be original and stuff. Okay, at this point, yeah, you can be original, and it's not that hard. But like, it's hard to find an original vibe or an original like song feeling, because music's been around for like thousands and thousands of years, so like it's kind of impossible to find a song it's literally like super original in the sound and like in the chords and everything. So you just have to take advantage of the songs that already exist and use them to get inspiration to make your song better. Yeah. I was gonna say something, but I forgot. Yeah, for the recording of this song, like if you heard that last part when I went all like that one, originally the song ended at now my life will never be the same, this is never be the same. Oh. It originally ended at that last O. Then like Aldi, when we were recording it, he added some extra bars of the instrumental, and then while we were just listening to it, I started singing that last the riffing part, and he was like, "Oh shit, you should put that in." And I was like, "Damn, I should." So we put it in. So like sometimes, if once you think a song is finished, maybe there's still some things you can add to it, Like you just gotta listen to it more, like over and over again. So like,
you can find it Spotify.
Yeah, there.
So Lost the Game is the fifth song.
That's the fifth song. Yeah, so back to what I was saying. Like, the song doesn't end when the lyrics end. Just remember that. It doesn't have to end. Like, after that, you can, like, just maybe add like an extra 2-3 bars or a bar of the instrumental. And who knows, maybe like when you're in the recording process and you hear that part, maybe like some inspiration strikes and you add some like maybe an extra vocal element, like runs, or maybe like some like speaking words, like in Idle Thoughts. At the end when he was like, I forgot what he said. I forgot what I said. But yeah, you could add some extra speaking words that link to the lyrics in the song. So like maybe to drive in the message a bit more. Like if it's a sad song, make those last speaking words like you speaking about being sad. Like if it's a breakup song, maybe like something like I miss you, blah blah whatever. But that sounds pretty desperate. If that's the kind of song you're going for, go ahead, put that in. But just link it to your original song. Like I'm not saying you have to do it, but it's just an idea, so that like your songs don't end just when the lyrics end. Because sometimes that's too many songs do that already.
That's
So like try something different with your songs. And if you hear this song and you compare it to my other songs in the album, it's like really different because I don't want to be put in a box of what genres I can or cannot do. So like, if I have an idea or like I have a vibe I want to go for, I usually just record it. And basically, that was like the theme of Idle Thoughts. Also, it's like idle. In my thoughts at that moment, they were like, well, yeah, they were idle. They weren't going anywhere, but they were a lot. And it's kind of hard to encapsulate all those weird and different thoughts into one like style of music. That's why in that album there's like band pop, like sort of soul-ish, soul pop, R&B for this one, hip hop. Yeah, there's a lot. Basically, in this album, it's like very awesome. It shows my growth from being just a pop singer, I guess, to actually trying to make rap and hip hop ish music, which I'm doing now. Even though,
so you claim that it was the new you,
yeah, the new me. But even that, I claim that Idle Thoughts was the new me, right? But even now, all my music I'm making is
always the new you.
Yeah, so because it's always the new me. Because I still rap, but every song I've made so far after Idle Thoughts, the vibes are very different for each song, and which is I did on purpose actually. It's not because I'm just randomly spitting out music, but I did it on purpose because I just want to explore and find where I feel most comfortable. And maybe once I even feel comfortable, I'm not gonna feel comfortable because I want to do more things. So like, don't be afraid to try new things. Be afraid of being trapped in a genre box. Because once you do that, and you're already big, if you try to try something new, it's gonna be like a lot of backlash or something. So why not just try something new when you're still unknown? Like not many. Like, yeah, of course there are gonna be people who will listen to it, your friends, your family, and like, but it's just a few people, right? So even if they don't like it, it's not gonna be like, it's not gonna affect your sales or like your public image. It's just gonna be like it's like a test run. Like, oh, I want to try this genre. Let's try it. If people like it, I'll keep making this, or not, I'll just try something else. For me, the ones I've made so far, there's positive feedback. And even when there's positive feedback, I try something new. Because I'm about to let you in on a little sneak peek for my next album. Maybe not the song, but like just the concept. Like, it's gonna be 8 songs again. I actually already recorded all 8.
Already, alright.
Well, some of them are unfinished, but it's already like basically recorded.
Tinggal mastering ya.
Yeah, tinggal mastering and making some little edits and stuff, and maybe retake.
Featuring me?
Unfortunately, no. But the world isn't ready for your rap.
Celebrate 7 weeks like you, friend. It's a holiday with all of friends.
I don't even know that song. Yeah, but like 8 songs, and each of them have their own vibe, and like it's all rap, but each of them have their own styles of rap. Like one is like hard rap, one is like.
This is for this year or next year?
Next year. This year I'll probably release 1 or 2 singles, probably 1.
Only one? Only slideshow?
We'll see.
Huh?
We'll see. The only one that's being in process of being released right now is Slideshow, which is the intro of Audi Now. So you can hear that full song later this year. Excuse me. Basically, all this next album, I'm calling it Buffet. Because what's the best part of a buffet? You get to have a little bit of everything, right? And that's what I want to give with this.
A little bit of that.
I know that song. I've done that song so many times. Yeah, I want to show everyone like basically like my exploring process of finding who I am as an artist. I know it's as a rapper or like as a hip hop kind of guy, but I don't know in which segment of that genre. So this album is basically showing you guys like, oh, these are the kind of things that I've been trying out, and you can have a little bit of everything.
A little bit of
Yeah, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of that one. And Slideshow is gonna be in it, and 7 other songs. I think out of my new songs, kita baru ngomongin Slideshow ya. Yeah, so that's the only one they know about. Slideshow.
So next week, old song or
Let's do an unreleased song.
Andre song? Okay. Fire.
Oh, I forgot about that one. Let's do uplifting shit.
Uplifting shit.
Because that's one of my songs that I've recorded fully. It's unreleased, but then we're gonna make it a collaboration. So the one in the album is not gonna be that one. I'm probably gonna release it as a single, get 2 songs or something. But the end result of it with the collaboration, that's gonna be the one in the album.
Okay.
So we can talk about the uplifting shit. We're gonna talk about that. Is that next week?
Next week
On Audino. Wednesday.
Jam segitu.
Yeah, jam segitu. Depending
on our load.
Yeah, on the situation.
But
Okay.
we try to
Either 4 or 7. That's usually the time. So you have to keep your day free from 4 until 8. just in case. So yeah, I guess that's it.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
Terima kasih netizen.
Yeah. Thank you, netizen. And remember, the song is about some guy.
And
not
remember,
me.
this is not LDT because we close here. So it's Audi now.
Yeah. Okay. So
Okay.
see you next week.
See you next
Bye.
week. Bye-bye.
Single frame indigo. With the music up to 10, they be asking where I've been. I'll show you the world, frame by frame transitioning. Yeah, my life is a slideshow, press play. Let me show you all the things that fill up my day. Wake up in the morning, heavy-headed me. Reaction time slow, still in disarray. Can't even remember last night. Memories flashing in my brain, something ain't right.